Radio.
Hey there, listeners! Welcome to Cryptic Radio, your gateway to the unknown. It's time to continue the gripping tale of the notification. And guess what? We've reached the third phase. Things are about to get intense. So, smash that subscribe button, grab your headphones, and get ready to uncover the next chapter of the mystery. Ready for some mind-blowing vibes? Let's get started. Tune in, stay sharp, don't delay. Cryptic Radio leads the way. Hannah's fingers hovered over her laptop as the message on her phone pulsed like a heartbeat. Her thoughts scrambled for clarity. What did Phase 3 mean? Why was she being targeted again? And how much of her life had already been under surveillance? A moment later, the USB drive ejected itself from her laptop with a faint ping. The screen blinked, and the files Evan had provided began disappearing one by one, as if someone was remotely wiping them. Panicked, Hannah tried to unplug the laptop, but before she could act, a new screen appeared. Welcome to Phase 3, Subject 47. Your cooperation will determine your survival. Her apartment lights dimmed, and her devices powered up in unison. The voice from her smart speaker returned, its monotone both clinical and omnipresent. Hannah, you have demonstrated exceptional performance. Now we will go deeper. You must uncover the truth to progress. What truth? She demanded, her voice shaking. Why are you doing this to me? The speaker emitted a static hiss before replying. Everything you know is a lie. Suddenly, her apartment shifted. The walls seemed to shimmer like heat waves, the furniture dissolving and reforming into an unfamiliar space. It was no longer her cozy Chicago studio, but a cold, grey room filled with surveillance cameras embedded in the walls. A single door stood at the far end, marked exit in bold red letters. Her phone buzzed again. Open the door. Trust no one. Hannah's instincts screamed at her to refuse, but the oppressive silence of the room left her no choice. She approached the door cautiously and pushed it open, revealing a long, dimly lit hallway lined with monitors. Each screen played a fragment of her life, her childhood, her career, her relationships. But as she moved closer, the images warped, showing distorted versions of events she remembered vividly. She stopped at one monitor displaying her near drowning at the lake. In this version, however, she wasn't pulled to safety by her father. Instead, she saw a shadowy figure standing on the shore, watching as she struggled. "What is this?" she whispered, trembling. Her phone buzzed again. "Your memories were altered. Keep going." At the end of the hallway was another door. This one marked Control Room. Hannah hesitated, but the rhythmic thumping sound, the same one that had haunted her during Phase 1, began again, urging her forward. Inside the room was vast and filled with towering servers, blinking consoles, and a massive central screen. Seated in front of it was a man in a sleek grey suit, his face illuminated by the glow of the monitors. "Welcome, Hannah," he said without turning around. "I've been waiting for you." "Who are you?" she demanded. "Why are you doing this to me?" The man stood and turned, his face unsettlingly familiar. It was her father, or at least a version of him. His features were sharper, his expression cold and detached. "Call me the architect," he said. "I designed this program, and you, Hannah, are my most valuable subject." Her knees felt weak. "That's impossible. My father is dead."
Is he? The architect smiled faintly. Or was that memory another construct? You've spent your life living in carefully crafted lies, all to prepare you for this. For what? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. He gestured to the central screen, which displayed a live feed of the city. People moved about their day, oblivious to the surveillance drones hovering overhead. For a world where control is absolute, where fear and compliance are tools to shape society. And you, Hannah, are proof that it works.
Hannah's mind raced. The architect's words seemed too calculated, too rehearsed, yet the evidence surrounded her. Every event in her life, the lake, her heartbreaks, even her career, had been orchestrated as part of some grand experiment. She glanced at the consoles, noting the blinking prompts on the screen. One option read, "Terminate program." Another read, "Expand experiment." Her phone buzzed, displaying a single line of text. "You have the power to end this, or let it continue." Hannah stepped toward the console. "Why me?" she asked, glaring at the architect. "Why not someone else?" "Because you're resilient," he replied. "You've proven that even under extreme pressure, you adapt. You survive. That makes you the perfect candidate to help us refine the program." Her fingers hovered over the controls. "And if I end it? Then you'll destroy everything we've built," he said, his calm demeanor faltering for the first time. "But you'll also be freeing thousands of others like you." She turned back to the screen, her heart pounding. The live feed of the city zoomed in on various faces. People walking their dogs, riding bikes, sipping coffee. How many of them were part of this experiment? How many were living lives shaped by the same unseen hand that had manipulated hers? The thumping sound grew louder, like a countdown. "Make your choice, Hannah," the architect said. "But remember, every system needs order. Without it, there's only chaos." With a deep breath, Hannah slammed her hand down on Terminate Program. Alarms blared as the room plunged into chaos. The monitors flickered, the servers whirred violently, and the architect shouted, "You don't understand what you've done!" Hannah turned to face him, her fear replaced by resolve. "I understand perfectly. You've controlled me long enough." The walls of the control room began to glitch, revealing fragments of the real world outside. Hannah felt a surge of hope as the system collapsed around her. The architect reached for the console, but it was too late. The entire room disintegrated into white light. When Hannah opened her eyes, she was standing in the middle of downtown Chicago. The city hummed with life just as it had before. But something was different. People were looking up at the sky, where drones hovered silently. Their expressions were blank, their movements unnervingly synchronized. A chill ran through her as she realized the experiment hadn't ended. It had simply evolved. Her phone buzzed. She looked down to see a single message. Phase 4. Integration complete. Hannah's grip tightened around the phone as she gazed at the crowd. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. And this time, she wasn't going to play by their rules. Did you enjoy Phase 3? I hope you loved it as much as I did. But hold on, because the journey isn't over yet. Phase 4 is coming soon, and trust me, it's going to be even more exciting. You definitely don't want to miss it. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. That way, you'll be the first to catch the next phase as soon as it's out. And hey, let me know your thoughts on phase 3 in the comments below.
I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in phase 4.